Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Deborah Jenkins, your host for Black Talk Platform. And I'm so happy to have you all here again with us for part two of Black Business Month, supporting Black businesses so that we can remain sustainable during the pandemic. And last week we set it off. Leilani, myself, and Nefertiri, we were here, and you all were such a great audience. I'm hopeful that all of you are back again this week and that you brought a friend, because Thursday and Friday, we're doing what we're calling a marathon sellathon, because we're trying to eliminate all of our inventory for the month of August so that we can go out stronger than we came in, and we need your help. So we're going to be talking for this next hour about how things are going to work, where you'll be able to participate in the virtual retail market and all of that. Leilani is back. If you recall last week, she killed us with her poem. I hope she'll do another one tonight. We have Martha Hunter here with us. I'm going to bring her on. She's in the backstage. Hi, Martha.
Hi, how are you?
Good. We are live. We are live, Martha. And hey, yeah.
I have oily skin.
Okay, you're fine. You look beautiful. Look, one of our biggest fans, she is conflicted this week because she is on a Zoom call. But I tell you what, she reached out to me before and she said she's looking forward to Thursday and Friday. So I was just teeing us up, Martha, just before you came on. The audience was great. Leilani, they were great last week, right?
Yeah, they were really great. Had really good questions and input.
They did. And so we want to prepare them well tonight for what's going to happen on Thursday. Thursday and Friday. So we have the schedule set. We know who is going to be on for Thursdays. We know who's going to be on for Friday. And we're just asking the audience to please support these Black businesses. We have two sponsors. The first sponsor is We Are Organic Black, Organic Brown, New York. It is partially male owned. Every other vendor is a Black woman, including our second sponsor. She's the owner of Cupcake Me here in the Bronx, in the Co-op City section of the Bronx. So we are really asking you all to come and support us as Black women business owners. And we are so grateful for our two sponsors because they are presenting us in conjunction with my company, which is called the Sable Collective, LLC. Let me tell you a little bit about the Sable Collective before I let these two business owners tell you about their business and their products. So the Sable Collective, LLC is a business consulting and research firm where we are totally committed to helping Black-owned small businesses sustain themselves and grow their bottom line. We do that by doing market research for them, searching out proposals. Everybody is offering grant money right now, all of the major corporations. So what we do is we match what the company is all about, how long it's been in business, with what is feasible for them to do. We don't want them wasting time when they could be moving on and fundraising in other ways. So we go and we research all of these grants and we bring them back and we put them in the form of a proposal and we go from there. I have been doing this for over 20 years. I have been quite successful doing this with for-profit businesses, having raised over $5 million for other small businesses. So I have a proven track record and I try to share that with other Black owners. And I just love helping us come up, and so when someone comes to me, and Leilani, she's going to be under my wing because she's the youngest of all of us. Martha, we've been doing stuff, right? But she's a young woman, and we want to make sure that not only are we giving you a platform, Leilani, to sell your book and your other products, we want you to be so successful. In fact, I want you to be more successful than I have been in business. How about that? And that means that I have to transfer that knowledge to you so that you can build yourself up in the business. I can share the pitfalls that I've gone through so that you can avoid them. And so I think if we learn how to help one another, we'll all achieve something good. And that's what this virtual marketplace is about. So tell me, each of you, how, I already know, but tell the audience how you found out about this marketplace, how we came to know each other, whatever you want to share, share it with the audience. Leilani, I'm going to let Martha go first. This week, since they have a taste of what you're presenting, let her jump into the conversation. Everyone, I present to you Miss Martha Hunter.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I just recently met Deborah Jenkins through a friend of mine, Dory Michaels. She's the owner of DJ's Boutique. I've known her for over 30 years, and I've been purchasing her beautiful clothing. So that's how I got in contact with Deborah Jenkins and the upcoming event that's going to take place this week. I make and sell sea moss, which is something that we need for our bodies, especially during this pandemic. It's very good for your immune system. It has a lot of benefits as far as it helps with, which I need that also. It helps with inflammation in the joints. It helps with your digestive system. It helps with so many different areas, and it helped men also in the sexual area also, and women also, but more so for men. But I've been using it now for about 6 months, and I wake up every morning, whatever mucus is in my body from having dairy, it comes out. And also, the most important thing that it does for me, I'm a very busy person. It gives me energy. And as busy as I am, I never feel tired because it's added more energy to me. And I have a lot of my customers tell me that they have a lot of energy with using the seed. Which you can put in your tea, you can put in juice, you can put it in anything you eat or drink. And some people take it straight from the jar and put it in their mouth. I'm selling 16-ounce jars, and based on whether I can deliver it to you or if I mail it to you, of course, it's going to cost a little more to cover the shipping and handling. But a wonderful benefit during COVID-19, it helps our immune system.
Awesome. So so I'm excited. Martha sent me 10 benefits of sea moss. I've been seeing sea moss. If you're on Instagram, it's impossible for you to not see someone selling sea moss. I'm a funny type of person, so I was like, not for me. But when you sent me, the 10 benefits, I was like, all of that I need. And when you were talking about the just now about your mucus, and when you wake up in the morning, you get it all out. I think that's really critically important right now as we are in this pandemic. We need to, keep our respiratory systems clean. How does it taste to you, Martha? I've never tasted it, so tell us, how does it taste to you?
The absolute truth. It has no taste. If it's processed properly, it has no taste. Because I have a batch processing now. I let mine process for 48 hours. It has no taste. If it has a taste to it, that means someone didn't cleanse it properly and thoroughly. It doesn't have a taste, but it's in gel form.
Okay.
I put it in water. I put it in my lemonade. Now, one day I decided I wanted to put a teaspoon of it in my scrambled eggs. I didn't taste it, but I felt the jelliness of it, and I didn't like that. So no more I scrambled eggs for me. I didn't like that feeling of the gel in my eggs. But, taste.
Okay. So someone is asking, Martha, how much? I heard you say 16-ounce jars, but they want to know what will be the cost. See, I'm telling you, they're ready for Thursday. They're trying to put their money in order for when we come through with our products. So let's let them know how much it's going to cost.
This 16-ounce jar is $22. But if I have to mail it to you, which means I go to the post office, I package it, and I mail it, then it comes up to, I just estimate $30. If it goes over that, I cover that cost. But if I have to mail it, because I've been mailing the last few days, North Carolina, Florida, all over the place. I have a lot of customers out of state and here. So if there's some place I can deliver it to you, like in Co-op City, it's $22. But if I have to drop it in the mail, it's going to be $30.
Sure. So this person who's asking is local in Co-op City. That's a good thing. She's also asking, how does it affect diabetics? Is there any adverse effect that a diabetic might expect?
No, it's a natural product, and it doesn't affect diabetic. My daughter is diabetic. I have several friends who are on it who are diabetic. It doesn't affect them at all. Just gives them
Okay.
and help
Okay.
that mucus also.
Okay. So I hope you heard those answers. I think those were great questions, especially when you have a medical condition. You do want to know
Yeah.
about any new product. And so thank you, Martha, for sharing that with her. So now you're ready, sis. You're ready for Thursday. Excuse me, my producer is not available. So if you see me looking down, I'm not ignoring my guests. I'm just trying to get to any questions that may come through on Facebook. Okay. Okay. And there's a little lag there. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Martha. We're going to come back to you. We're going to come back to you in a minute. Let me see if I can just turn this down because we don't want the feedback from Facebook. Okay. So let me tell you also. So Martha said how we were introduced to one another. Through our mutual friend, but she's known Dory for a very long time. I'm one of Dory's clients. I buy something from her every season. Her stuff is so wonderful. And due to unforeseen reasons, she was not able to participate this time. Usually, if I'm doing an event, she's there because people love her work, her stuff. It is really wonderful. So hopefully if we do this again, she will be able to join us. But because she was unable to join us, I met a young lady today, just today, who I was able to offer her spot to. I'm not ignoring you, Leilani. They know you already. I just want to bring on the new people first, and that is Miss Patricia. I don't want to mispronounce your business, but let me take a stab at it. Is it Ethoja Creates?
It's Ethosia creates.
Okay, see, I messed it up. So
That's all
let
bad.
me bring you on, and you tell us about. Let me tell you, I went to her site, and you if you know me already, I support everybody. I'll probably be broke coming out of this marketplace, but she has some fabulous t-shirts, and so let her come on and just tell us a little bit about yourself and your company. Come on, Miss Patricia.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And to be honest, I jumped and did this started last month.
All right.
And I did so at the urging of my husband because I have an event planning business, but everything now, it's kind of like on the slow.
Yeah.
So usually for my business, I would do like if it's a wedding or if it's a birthday, I would do like custom team birthday shirts, or I would even do like my shirts that I have everyone wear when we're setting up for the event, so they know who's the one that's running the event, and basically if there's a question or a problem, they know who to come to. So my husband was like, you guys have a lot of talent in this house. Why don't you put it to use? And I was thinking maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. So I saw like a design that I wanted to implement, and I was like, that'll look good on a t-shirt. And then the idea came, but how about if you did it with, representing the Caribbean islands or other countries for that matter? So from there, I just went with it, and I opened the Etsy shop. And from there, I've been adding other designs and coming up with other designs as I go.
Awesome, awesome. Now, did you hear her? She's only been doing this for 1 month at the urging of her husband. And that is so important to have your spousal support, because you're not then feeling like you're taken away from everything that's supposed to be in the home. And her things are very nice. And so we're wishing you the very best. So
Thank
let
you.
me yes, 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 yes. And I'm glad you jumped on and was able to come on and take the spot. We're looking forward to your products as well. Let me go on and introduce Leilani so that she can tell us about her business and what she will be selling on Thursday and Friday. Leilani, take it from me.
Hi. So I'll be selling my book, Purposeful Brokenness.
Hmm.
So I've been writing this book now for 10 years, and during COVID, um, it finally gave me that push to actually like finish it and produce it and print it. So that was a wonderful thing, that a blessing that came out of the storm. How I met
Mm.
Miss Deborah, Dr. Deborah Jenkins, is through my mom. They went to seminary together. And my mom
Yeah.
says that she had already published books, and she asked me to reach out to her and see if I can glean from her knowledge, and I have. She's been
Awesome.
providing so much, wonderful information as to how I can get this started and up going. So there I am.
Awesome. But okay, in addition to your wonderful book of poetry, don't aren't you selling other items as well?
Yes. So we do handcrafted wood earrings as well, and haiku poetry shirts.
Okay.
Um, so and then we also do tutus. It's all embodied and encompassing of you being your authentic self. Like we're selling self authenticity. So whatever that looks like for you, explore it on our site.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So look, this is just a few of the vendors who you will see on Thursday and Friday. And the way let me go into how it's going to work, because this is experimental, but we're excited because we actually have the product, right? We have the products, and we are happy to sell them to any and everyone. It is a Black Business Month initiative because it has been determined that 40 more than 40% of Black owned businesses will not be sustained after the pandemic has passed us by. And for me, that's just a number that I cannot sit and do nothing while it happens. And so I'm so happy to collaborate with these wonderful owners so that we can all try to sustain our businesses at least for another month. We'll be able to go into September having earned revenue that we didn't come into August expecting to earn. And that's very important. Patricia just told us that her primary business is that of an event planner, right?
Yes, it
So,
is.
so Patricia, what you're having to do right now is pivot, right? So a big
Yeah.
part of your pivot is starting a clothing line, a t-shirt business. That's really good because you're not abandoning the event planning. And let me tell you, everybody and their mother is doing some type of streaming program, but they're not all technologically savvy. That's a pivot that you can provide as an event planner. And these are some of the things that we do. We're trying to, at the Sable Collective LLC, we're trying to help other businesses pivot because that's where we are right now. We're having to do things a little differently. We can't go outside. We can't it's hard to charge people, but when you have a skill as you do in terms of planning that others need, your pivot is in providing for them that need. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
Um,
it
okay,
does.
so that's one of the things that I try to do to help other business owners. I'm glad to hear that you wrote this book during the pandemic and you have been trying for 10 years and you finally took this extra time that we've all had to complete it. And you just dropped your book on Sunday, is that correct?
Sunday. Yes, Sunday.
How did that go? How did that go for you?
It was nerve wracking at first because
Mhm,
it's you're selling your you in a little book,
mhm.
and it was as successful as I thought it would be.
Good.
Wasn't as successful as I thought it would be, but again, it's a growing business, right? So there's
Mhm.
there's no real expectation as to what are you going to get out of this production that you're creating. So
Right.
just making sure that you're marketing it yourself consistently is like one of the biggest things about production.
Absolutely. Consistency is very important. And I know all of you've probably seen the meme. It doesn't matter if they like it or not. You keep promoting your business every day, and that is really, just become that little pesky fly that's flying around people's head and they're like swatting it away. But eventually, guess what? They're going to want to know what's in that book. They're going to want
Yep.
to purchase that book. And there you have a sale because you just won't go away. Miss Martha, tell us why you started doing CMOS.
Well, actually, a friend of mine from my but I saw that she was selling it. She was on Facebook selling it. So I was
Okay.
from her. And I was purchasing so much. She said, Martha, why don't you just do this for yourself? And first I said, no, that's too much work. She said, but you do it. She explained to me. And I still said, no, that's too much work. And eventually I said, you know what? Why don't I just do this for myself? And that's how it started. And I started doing it for myself. And I was just telling friends, and they started purchasing. And then I posted on Facebook, and I have a community of supporters.
That is incredible. That's incredible. Let me just say this about what Miss Martha is doing, and I'm just showing you respect to say Miss Martha because I met you through Dory. Um, there
Martha.
are two. There are actually three main products that are really tearing up the industry right now. I bet you don't know that. Don't tell me the lashes. I don't, I don't do the lashes, but that is a piece too in the beauty industry. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about waist beads, um, sea moss, and what's the thing that people burn?
The
They're burning
sage.
sage. Those are the three pieces that are really growing and wide open for growth because so many people are evolving spiritually, physically, and all in those things. So with the 10 benefits of CMOS, we all need that. Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear what she said in terms of the benefit for the men? You want to repeat that for us, Miss Martha, because you might have a whole lot of people buying on Thursday.
It helps also in your sexual health.
So they don't have to go to the doctor and get Viagra.
No, which costs a lot more. I understand.
I understand. So Miss Martha is selling Miss Martha CMOS and Martha CMOS, and that's her jar. And you know what? Let me go back to your friend. That's a good friend.
Sorry.
You
Oh, yeah.
No, not Dory, the one who was selling the CMOS and you were purchasing from her.
Well, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a young lady. We used to live in the same building. Her name is Donna, and she's that type of person. Like what you're doing, she would share anything she knows to help somebody else. She would just share because there's really
Love
enough
it.
out here. There's enough business out here. We all have different friends and connections that we can do the same thing, but with different people. And she said, Martha, why don't you do it for yourself?
That's right. Because Donna's going to have her clientele and Martha's going to have her clientele. And so I think if we could just develop that spirit, that's what collective work is about. That's what cooperative economics is about. By now, everyone knows about Black Wall Street. If you didn't before, the reason they were able to thrive so well and other places like Rosewood, there's a whole calendar out there of other communities, Black-led communities who did just what Rosewood did and did just what Black Wall Street did, but they had a sense of community. And that is what Miss Donna provided for Miss Martha. She's like, I'm not trying to get it all. I'm not trying to have the corner on the market of CMOS. I'm going to show my friend how to do it, even though I'm losing a customer. I love that. Please tell her we're shouting her out tonight because that is what it's all about. Okay.
As Belladonna. She's a young lady who's doing great things. She does sea moss and she does elderberry. She does there's another version of this that comes in like a dark grapish type of color, and she's doing great.
Look at this. This is elderberry now. Look, this is a brand that's out there on the market. Do you really think my sister just jumped on this live and she knows me very well? Do you really think I'm going to continue to pay um this company? I think I paid $20 for this. It's very good. Do you think I'm going to continue to pay them and not try from Miss Belladonna? That's how we keep our community, our money in our community by helping others. So if she's selling elderberry, put us in touch, Miss Martha, so that I can purchase one from her, even if it's the same cost or more. Let me give that example real quick before Miss Martha comes back. This cost me $20. It's really good. It's really very good, but I'm willing to support someone within our community if she's also making it. For one thing, she's not mass producing it, so there are going to be fewer chances of a lot of chemical processing, right? Or any chemical processing. If this costs me 20 and Miss Belladonna sells it for 25 or 30, guess who's buying it? I'm buying it because she's smaller. And this is the mindset we have to adopt so that we can keep our businesses in effect. So please connect me with her so that I can support her as well.
Okay, thank you. I'm doing that right now. I'm putting it on Facebook.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Tell her she can jump on, come and watch us on this live. Okay, so let's talk about, and I know you all want to know too. Miss Patricia came on today, as I said, and so she hasn't gotten that very, very detailed email that I sent to you all and the other vendors the other day. I will send it to you when we get off. But it's to me, it's very straightforward. But why is it so straightforward to me? Because I conceived it up here, right? So the the good thing is that we're able to use this StreamYard platform because I believe there are only 12 of us. But the way it's broken down, we're not all on at the same time. Like Miss Martha, she's coming on at the tail end of the first session, and she's going to be with me through midnight. So for those of you who are planning to support us, it is Thursday from 12 noon to 6 p.m. We take a half an hour break, and we come back with the next group at 6:30, from 6:30 till midnight. That's on both Thursday and Friday. So we're just doing it. We are doing it because we want to get rid of our inventory. Leilani and I, we're authors, right?
Yes.
We don't want to have a box full of books when we can't even do events with Patricia. She can't plan an event for us right now. So we want to get rid of our inventory. Miss Martha came on and she told us that she has a batch of sea moss going now. So for one thing, if you're local, she's planning to make deliveries. No shipping, no handling. The cost is $22. That's a huge boom. That's huge. I sell my books without shipping and handling. It doesn't matter where. I don't deliver it like Miss Martha's going to do, but I will mail it out to you even if you're local, with the shipping and handling being on me, because I like to incentivize potential customers, and I can eat the shipping. I can do that. That's okay, because guess what? Business owners, we get to write it off at the end of the year on our taxes. So there we can always be kind and be good to our customers with little things like free shipping, because we get it back at the end of the year. And these are little tips that I give out all the time, because the tax code is very complicated and we don't often know, and we need communities like this where we can share freely with one another. um my sister is saying, yes, collective works, and community building. That's what we're all about. That's what this is. And I'm hopeful that this will go so well that these ladies and I will be able to do this again and again and again and again. My brother friend who always supports this platform, Bingus, is here. He's like, this is right on the money, what we're talking about. He's asking, I know one isn't. He's asking, are all of us based in the Bronx?
No,
Leilani,
I'm in
what?
Brooklyn.
She's in Brooklyn. Leilani is in
I'm
Brooklyn.
in Brooklyn.
Okay, so Miss Patricia and Leilani, they're both in Brooklyn. Um,
I'm in the Bronx.
oh, okay, so you're in the Bronx. Miss Martha and I are in the Bronx. Um, most of them are in Brooklyn. Cupcake Me, one of our sponsors, she's here in the Bronx in Co-op City. But everybody else, I believe, is in Brooklyn. Hmm. That's okay. We good, because we are all right. We're all community. Um, um, so my sister's also saying sharing the tax codes and breaks, no else would do it. You know why? Because listen, I'm going to tell you why. I think my sister already knows this. When I opened my business, the Sable Collective, in 2018, I'm being honest with these taxes. And I got audited. My husband and I, we got audited. So thanks be to God, I was able to fight the audit, and I won. Who wins with the IRS? I won. But it takes humility. It takes not acting like you know this tax code. I believe they set it up in such a way that we could never truly understand it. But I was quite prayerful. I answered all their questions. I was apologetic where I needed to be, and as a result, I won. I won that audit. I've never heard that. So I realized that by sharing what I've gone through, I can save everybody else who I deal with in terms of business from going through the same thing. I think we should always be honest. A financial director of a huge housing corporation said to me, he said, well, Reverend Deb, you can be honest, but you don't have to tell them everything. So that and I needed to square that. Oh, you got somebody else over here, Martha, who's interested in your CMOS. So listen, this is a longtime friend of mine, Lee Hunter. What we're doing, Lee, we're just promoting their products tonight. I need you on Thursday. She'll be here. Hey, Kenya. She'll be here from 5:30 until midnight on Thursday and Friday. Am I correct, Miss Martha?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So I'm gonna, you know me, I'm gonna just flood my timeline with all of this information because for me, this is where is at this week. I need to help them do well. I have some incentives of my own that I'm gonna be giving out for anyone who will host a watch party. I've asked the vendors to host watch parties on their Facebook, but for anyone on my timeline who hosts a watch party, and you have 10 or more people watching with you, and you can screenshot it and share it. You know, you got to be honest, right? You can screenshot it and share it. I will, for up to 10 people who do the watch party and have 10 or more people watching throughout Thursday and Friday, I'm going to gift a product from one of our vendors, not mine, but one of my vendors, because I never do events where I don't support the vendors. And if they don't get one sale, they're going to get a sale from me because I believe in giving back. And so please come back on Thursday, Lee. I'm going to definitely post and post and post some more. Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Let me see. Let me put a pause there for a minute because my friend Kenya, I don't know if she's ready to come out of the green room yet. Not yet. Okay. So Kenya was watching with us last week, and she said that, you know, what I was doing was talking about customer service. So let me go back to that while we get ready. Remember, Leilani, we were talking about this, how often we don't have the same level of patience with Black businesses as we do with all the others. And I gave the example of Amazon Prime. Again, I'm going to ask, is anyone else an Amazon Prime person? Well, I definitely am. I have, you can't even see my foyer, but it's full of Amazon boxes. By the end of January or the beginning, like the second week in February of every year, I have made my money back being a Prime member. I think Prime is either $79 or $99 a year. That entitles you to their special programming on Amazon Prime, great movies, but also free 2-day shipping. I have bought televisions. I have bought big items from them. And you know, the larger the item is heavier, the shipping is going to be very expensive, but Prime works for me. But since the pandemic, Prime has not been working for any of us with this whole 2-day thing. You know, there's no such thing. I mean, there wasn't at the beginning anyway, as 2-day shipping anymore. And so we are patient with large companies, and Amazon, for those of you who don't know, they are the largest company in the entire world. Their CEO and founder, Jeff Bezos, is the richest man on earth. The company, I don't know if it's the second or the first behind Apple as the first $1 trillion company. So listen, we don't ask Jeff Bezos to stick to his word. We need to be patient with Black businesses because right now shipping is out of our control because of the whole postal service thing. And so we are just asking you all, if we have to ship out of the state, since we're all in New York State, if we have to ship out of the state, I had asked all of the vendors to please ship within 72 hours. That doesn't mean we can't still do that. We can't fulfill that obligation, but we're not responsible for when it arrives to you, if that makes sense, because once we submit it to the post office, it is really up to them when they get it to you. And that's just the unfortunate place that we find ourselves in as a nation. But what we are going to do is when we mail them out, we're going to send you the shipping confirmation. Is that what it's called? The shipping confirmation?
Or the tracking number.
The tracking number. I'm sorry.
Tracking
Thank you, Martha.
number.
We're going to send you all the tracking numbers so that once you get that, if on the day that it says you should have received it, you haven't, you can definitely contact your local post office to find out the status of its delivery. But we really want to be patient with one another. I really love the fact that Miss Martha is willing to travel to bring it to us. And she also said, though, if she's not able to ship it, if she's not able to deliver it, then she will need to do the shipping. Everyone can't do what I'm doing. Okay, we're all independent businesses working together collectively to ensure that we can raise revenue as a collective, but as individuals. Last week, I also shared, and I shared this in the letter that I'll be sending you later, Patricia, some other incentives for potential customers. So, can I use you as an example, Miss Martha, with the CMOS?
Yes.
Okay. So, what if one household wants to buy maybe 3 jars just to get started? And if we're putting it in our tea, we may need more than 1 jar, right? So what if someone wants to buy 3, but he or she doesn't have, say, $66 right away? So one of the things I suggested to the vendors is that you register with this company called Sable. I am not an affiliate. It just suits my needs. I don't really need it right now. I'm not selling products that are so expensive. Neither is that CMOS, but people may want to buy it in bulk, right? And that will give them an opportunity to, like they do when they purchase things through QVC or HSN, to pay for it over time, break it down into 3 or 4 payments. And then your volume, you're selling more, but they're able to be incentivized by being able to purchase it over time. So it really works out for both the seller and the buyer. That's a suggestion. I am not mandating that these independent businesses do that. This is just another bit of information that I am sharing with them. The second thing I shared was Amazon, what is it? American Express small shop, right? Did you get a chance to do that, Leilani?
Yes, I did.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's great. So let me clue everybody else in. So, like I said before, all of the large companies are doing things to help Black businesses remain sustainable. And so one thing that they're doing for the month of August, which is National Black Business Month, into, I believe, the second weekend in September. I don't know, but it's easy to find out. But for our purposes, if we just register, if all the vendors just registered their business in this American Express small business shop, you will then be able, if these potential customers purchase from you with their American Express card, not only will they be purchasing your product, but American Express is going to give them $5 back for purchasing from Black businesses. And so I think that's awesome. I think that's amazing. And we want to incentivize customers. It's like giving them a discount, really, because if it's $22, they're getting it for 17 essentially, but you're still selling it for 22. So these are the two things, and I didn't want to overwhelm you all with all of this information, but that's what I do. I sit around and I find the best options and solutions for our businesses so that we can stay in business. And much of it I do give it away free. A lot of stuff I have to charge for. But no, these type of things are I don't know. I'm getting a little feedback. I don't know if that's me. Must be me. Okay. So yeah. So these are the things. So if you're going to use your American Express card, my business has it. Leilani's business have it. I saw Miss Martha writing it down. I've told the other vendors you will receive all of the information in the email a little later. Patricia, Dory just joined us.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am. This information is very helpful. We're going to all do this together so that we can all be sustained. So, Miss Martha, one of my friends up here in Club City, she doesn't want you to drive all your gas out. because you're not gonna you're not gonna realize your profit. So she said, keep your mileage down. So what she's gonna do is, if it's local for her, she'll determine that. I thank you for being thoughtful of her, Miss
That's so
Gretchen.
nice.
That was very nice. Yes, the incentive is very, very nice. So you have at least two sales here already, Miss Martha.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Patricia, do you have that shirt that I sent you from your website that I was like, I love it? Do you have a in your home? Uh-oh, you're muted. Can you
Sorry.
unmute yourself? Hmm.
Sorry. I actually wore it last week, so it's in the wash.
Okay. Oh my goodness, that's okay.
But
That's
I have other designs that I've done.
okay. Listen, this is your time, ladies. If you want to share,
You heard what
like
they
you
say?
just held up your book before you held up the CMOS, please feel free. We have another 20 minutes. Let's promo your stuff because we want people to thoughtfully come and purchase from us. Another thing that I said last week, and I'm going to repeat it again. So it's my platform, right? So many of the people have probably purchased my book and they don't want another one of my books, at least the one that I'm selling during this market. Buy it and give it to someone, please. Just buy something from each of the vendors and have your friends and your family do the same. We can help each other. We can build together. Nothing that any of the vendors are selling is inconsequential. I didn't even know Leilani sold earrings because Leah and I were so busy last week, and she's not on tonight. She had a conflict, but we were just talking about all the paparazzi we're going we're going to buy from Nefertiri, who's not on tonight. But I'm going to buy your wooden earrings as well. I just want to be supportive, and so whether or not I buy them for myself, or like I used as an example last week, my sister and I, we both love costume jewelry, but she doesn't have pierced ears, but some jewelry can be modified for on clip on. So I would buy a pair from either Leilani or Nefertiri and pass them on to my sister because she and I have similar tastes. That's how we sustain each other. Just have your family and friends come and support this virtual retail market so that we can do well. My sister's asking, who sells earrings? Are they clip-ons? So, Juanita, Nefertiri, she sells paparazzi jewelry. She has some modifications. I think you know about that. Leilani, are yours clip-on? Any of your jewelry earrings clip-on?
Unfortunately,
Not. Okay.
unfortunately, not at this time.
Okay, okay, that's okay. She likes other things as well. So, does everyone have a website? Miss Gretchen is asking. Do you all have websites?
Yes,
I have a Etsy shop.
You have an
yes.
Etsy
I have
shop?
a shop. Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, you both
I
have
have a
Etsy shops.
Shopify.
You have a
I have a
Shopify.
Shopify.
Okay, so let me tell you what these are. For those of you, a lot of people don't do a lot of online purchasing. So Etsy is one of the pioneers. It's been around for probably definitely longer than Shopify, but it is an online website for products. If you sell products, you don't have to have a website with a lot of content. These are set up to sell products, and they're usually very crisp and easy to navigate. So Patricia has Etsy, Leilani has Shopify, both great platforms to sell products on. What about you, Miss Martha? Are you selling online? Oh, I lost her. Let me bring her back on. Miss Martha, are you selling online through a shop?
No, I'm not yet. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm selling on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm getting a lot of customers.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, Miss Gretchen, is we will post everything. I'm gonna have everybody's information streaming as they're being rotated. So you see how I'm sort of doing a round robin with them. I'm letting them come in and go back out. This is what we're going to be doing for 6 hours because I want our inventory gone, and so you're going to hear from them ongoing. I'm going to have banners under all of their names. Where you see Leilani's name, it will have her, the link to her, not a link, but you'll be able to write it down and I'll put it in the notes for her Shopify store. Same for Patricia and everyone else. You will be able to shop. Let's go to that right now because that's very, very important. None of this will be successful if we are not able to receive payments. So for the vendors, you all have to think about the easiest way for people to make purchases from you. I, like you said, you have Etsy and Shopify. That's like sort of one-stop shopping. Is that what you're doing, or are you using Square? How are you taking payments?
So
Anyone?
for the actual event, I'm going to do it through either Square or PayPal.
Okay,
To make it just easy, seamless, one click, and I already can create the invoice and send it out. So I think that would be
excellent.
easier.
Yep, that's great. Anyone else? Have you
I
thought
have
about it?
I
Hmm.
have PayPal as well. So
PayPal as well.
that can be used. And I was
Okay.
even thinking if anyone purchases from my shirt, because I'm gonna go into my account and I'm gonna put a discount in, and I'm just gonna offer free shipping for that for those for the 2 day event to make it easier for customers to purchase.
Oh, that's awesome. Look,
Yeah.
she is doing free shipping. Free shipping. I love free ship. I don't pay retail. Who pays retail? You all pay retail? I don't.
Hardly ever.
Look, it's either going to be no shipping or discount, but the items are not discount. I'm just always looking for promotions and the like. Miss Martha, how are you taking payments?
I can also take payments via PayPal and Cash App.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So Cash App. Let's talk about Cash App. I'm also doing PayPal because it's just easy. It's just simple and it's easy. It takes all of the cards, right? Um, it is up to each vendor how they choose to accept payments. None of their sales, no part of their sales is coming to the Sable Collective. We've already had our agreement. The next part of my give back to them for agreeing with me to do this is to make sure you all can get to them and their products. But that is why we're going through how they're going to take payments right now. Let's talk about Cash App for a few seconds. My son, he is a producer. He's usually my producer for this show, but he's taught me well enough that I'm doing okay tonight. But he, as a business owner, he takes his payments through Cash App. I send payments for items through Cash App. So I will be doing that with Miss Martha. Miss Martha, make people feel comfortable using Cash App because some people have never used that, especially to do transactions. Can you share a little bit about why you're going to use Cash App?
Well, it's very easy. It goes directly to your bank account, and but the person would have to download the Cash App on their phone in order to use it. And you get a name. You choose a name that's specifically for you.
Okay.
Now, excuse me. And you could also, in your notations, when you're sending something via Cash App, you can write what it's for. So you'll be able to keep a record of what you sent, the amount, and what it was for. Also.
Okay. All right. So if you don't yet have Cash App, it really is very seamless. I use it mostly for family, but if a business owner tells me that that's how they receive payment, usually I'll get I either use Cash App or PayPal, whichever one they prefer. I do it. That's because I've been doing online selling and purchasing for such a long time. It doesn't bother me. I'm not worried about it. I like Cash App. Usually, though, I spend more money. I send more money for Cash App, just between family. But I've never been gypped. Some people have horror stories, but I've never had a problem using Cash App.
Neither.
Um, you either, right? So, that is an option. So far we have everybody is using PayPal and Cash App from what I've heard. I do not know how the others are doing it. But because they're not here, but we will talk about it at the top of the hour as they come in on Thursday. Let me go back to the comments real quick. I think I'm missing some things. Any stuff a brother can buy, my friend Bingas asks. Well, Bingas, you know what? You can certainly buy something for the love in your life, the
Yes.
sisters in your life. That's one thing. We love stuff. So, she'll be quite surprised. But if you didn't hear Miss Martha earlier, she was talking about the benefits of CMOS. So definitely she is doing that. I won't ask her to repeat it again, but I think you've been here long enough to have heard the benefits for the male in using CMOS. What else it is? She posted a name on the chat. Okay, ladies, business owners, you can go into the chat and post the names of your business if you don't mind. I have no assistance tonight, so I'm going to need you all to do that. He wants to know the name of your business. So I would, like you said, Miss Martha, Facebook and Instagram.
Instagram, yes.
I do a lot of selling through Instagram. I talk on Facebook, but my business is on Instagram. I do very well over there. That's me now. That's just me. Everyone else, just put in the one that you really want them to find you at. That would be great. I love PayPal too, Miss Gretchen. So get ready for Thursday. um, so Bingus is saying also there's Zelle. Anyone using Zelle? I won't be. I use again. I use Zelle for not too much business, but I do use Zelle. But we are trying to make it as seamless as possible. So we're not offering a lot of different options. That's why we're doing this tonight to sort of prepare people for Thursday, and by sharing how we're going to take the payments. I can't speak for those who are not here, but definitely we've all said we're going to primarily use PayPal and Cash App. Okay, so Kenya, are you ready to come out of the green room? She is. Okay, I'm gonna bring Kenya Brown, a friend of mine. What do I say? I'll tell you in a minute. 1 minute, Miss Gretchen and I, we talk all the time. So I will tell you what I sell on my books and on my services, basically. My business services. I'm gonna bring Kenya Brown on because she was on with us she was viewing last week and she wanted to come on and offer some customer service advice. And so I'm gonna bring her on so she can share what might be useful to us all. Welcome, Kenya. Thank you for joining us tonight.
I hope you guys can see me. My lighting isn't great, so
We can see you. You look beautiful.
None of you guys sell a ring light, right?
No, no, you look great. The light is fine.
I am going to make some investments because this is how we communicate. So I will at some point. But really, what I was talking, I think what you guys are doing is awesome. Miss Martha, I need some CMOS. Um, so I will be purchasing that from you. And Miss Lilani, I will look at some of the stuff you have. And I do have a conference coming up, and maybe I can put some of that stuff in a gift bag because we are going to do some complimentary gift bags. And so I could throw some things your way and you can throw some things my way in terms of I can throw some money your way and you can throw some product my way. So for many years, and part of my relationship with Dr. Jenkins, we both discovered we worked for the same university for some years. I was an adjunct professor at that university and an administrator, and she was a professor there. One of the things I covered, because they were very specific, and Dr. Jenkins can attest to this, about you teaching your area of study, right? So you don't necessarily have to have a doctorate in America to teach in a university, but you do have to have a master's in a study. And then this particular university was very specific that you only taught within your discipline. So my discipline is business. So some of the courses that I taught over like the 9-year span was like women in business, small business management, entrepreneur 101, stuff like that. And of course, customer service comes up a lot. And I feel like I'm going to kick myself because I think I donated some customer service books yesterday that I may need. But the idea is that I want to do something where it allows for a platform for Black-owned businesses to get some learning, some trainings around customer service. And because this is what I feel or hear is kind of like a barrier a lot of times. And it's not so much that the Black-owned business isn't doing all that they can, but sometimes they're doing a lot on their own. They're doing a lot independent and may not necessarily always have the support that they need. and they may be juggling a lot of balls, and in that way some things can fall through the crack. And you know how we can be as customers, sometimes we can be impatient, sometimes we're not always as understanding, sometimes we're not always as fair to a smaller business as we may be to a larger business. As Dr. Jenkins mentioned, Amazon, right? We may give them more leverage than we may do Lilani or Miss Martha. So I want to do some courses, some e-courses in customer service. I think if I leave a point or a tip here, I think the most important thing is to always, you know how we learn your word is your bond, right? That is very important. It's not that we're always 100% going to be able to knock it out of the park, but if we're consistent and if we stand by what we say our product is, right? Because it's a representation of us, or what we say our service is, if we have some integrity in that area, lots of integrity, lots of character, and just always stand by what we offer, we can always clean things up with our customers when things don't always go maybe the way that we expect. So if I would leave any tips, it would definitely be just, stand by your product, be consistent. If you have to follow up, always follow up, because if a customer doesn't hear back, if they don't hear back in a day or two, you may be working on several different things, but they may get nervous. They may feel like, oh, you know what, I spent my money and I'm not getting the attention that I need. So I just, again, want to be able to offer e-courses in these areas to just help us as entrepreneurs, as women, as men, but as Black people in business in a time where it really is revolutionary for many small business owners, right?
True,
So I don't want to take up too much time, but that's my contribution.
Well, I so appreciate that, and in our audience too, they believe it's a very good idea because a lot of times we get a really bad rap, and I think you can really help us because we're the creators, right? And that's the mode that we're typically in, and so we miss things, right? We let things fall through the cracks because we're so busy creating. And I saw in a group that I'm in, it's a business group or something. Someone posted a screenshot of someone having asked the business owner. I don't know. I think we're in that same group. Asked the business owner, does she do some type of braids? And the business owner responded to the person, "Did you even go to the website?"
Right,
That's how she
right,
responded to her,
right,
and it was very rude.
right,
So I said, let me go to her site and see what she sells.
right.
So she does nails, and so the problem is not so much that the young lady asked her. It was her response to the young lady. And I don't believe any of us would do that, but these are little things that we actually do need to take care, and you may be able to illuminate for us. And so
And
let
I,
us know. Yes.
Dr. It's very difficult to read tones. We get an idea of what the tone is, but she could have been like, my gosh, did you even go to my site? But it came across like, did you even go to my site? Like
Right.
difference in those two tones. So those are things, those are small little things that sometimes we might overlook, or in a
Hmm.
flash or in a moment, we may not realize how that can hurt your business.
Right.
So that's a big thing too. The fact that we have to do everything online now, right? So
Right.
how we respond, even in our texts, we have to make sure that that tone
The
is
tone.
right. That you may mean it one way. Make sure your audience is picking that up as well.
Absolutely. And that's a great point to make because it's a group with thousands of us, and
Right.
there was at least 1,000 people, I think, commenting on it. Some feeling like, well, she didn't have to speak to her like that or respond to her like that, and others saying, but her site says what she sells. So
Right.
the bottom line is, I'm talking about it today.
Right. Right.
I'm not sharing who she is
Right.
because I'm hopeful that out of 1,000 people, someone went to her and said, tone matters. And so when we're doing everything online, especially through text and DMs and stuff, we really want to come across as Binga said, with courtesy, professionalism, and being kind, because that goes such a far distance.
This is true.
Yeah, yeah. So listen, let us know if you have that class ready and you have a date in mind on Thursday. I'm happy to let it be known here, and share it as many places as possible. Kenya has been a guest on. She and I did a show together a few weeks ago. It was very well received. Also, I feel like I'm connected to a lot of great people in this time of my life. Because we share we have symmetry in terms of what we're trying to do and achieve, and like me, Kenya does a whole lot in the community, and so that just really works out well. I love the fact that you are happy and thinking about how you can use maybe Leilani or whomever else's products in your upcoming event on October 3rd. I don't know. You got some sales very quickly.
They're,
Um,
tickets
are
are
they
already
all gone?
sold. I'm going to do one raffle and I'm going to do a Zoom link, but the tickets are 80% sold because we have some
Awesome.
space now. So
Yeah. And I think that's so wonderful. She put it out there. What was it? Sunday or Monday?
probably
Saturday?
Saturday. It was
Saturday.
what August 18th is when it came to me because it was the 2-year anniversary of my very first seminar. And then
Hmm.
August 18th, the idea came to me, and I think the next 2 days I put it out, and these tickets are, not to impose, but God is amazing. That's the best I can tell you.
Oh, look, you never on this platform, Black Talk
Yeah,
platform, you
yeah.
never have to make a
God,
caveat to give God praise.
and I will tell entrepreneurs that if anything, you know what, just put God first in whatever you're trying to do, and everything will fall in place.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. And I look forward to the e-course that you're planning because I too will take a part in it. Because listen, I don't care how long we've been in business, we can all learn something new. And so I look forward to that. Binga said one more thing. Image and perception goes a long way. So good customer service brings more and more customers back. I agree. I agree. And so that's something that you can help us with going forward. And so we look forward to that. So we're winding it up, winding it down. I think Martha has left. Please, I think she's gotten at least 3 or 4 sales tonight for her CMOS. Oh, I didn't include myself, so at least 5 of us. But we
And
want many more. I got you, five,
okay,
six of us. Uh, but there are going to be many more. We're going to, again, I put in the chat that my company will offer a gift of one of these vendors, from one of these vendors, for up to 10 people who host watch parties where 10 or more people participate, and even purchase from our vendors, because that's how serious I am about us leaving August, having to purchase new inventory to sell in September. We have a collective goal that I won't let you know right now because I believe in keeping some things close to the chest, but I'm believing that we're going to hit our goal because you all are going to be such great supporters that we will be able to reduce our inventory down to zero. So let me bring these wonderful ladies back on, Leilani and Patricia, so that you all can say your good nights, your parting words, whatever you want to say. Look, this is the plug for your business. Go do it. Either one.
Good night, everybody. I mean, I'm excited about this event that's coming up. You guys, I'm looking forward to support every person that's there. I think I'm gonna go broke as well, just supporting and making
no
sure
such thing.
that everyone is supported, and because this is what we're supposed to do. This is what it's supposed to be
Absolutely.
about. So I'm
Absolutely.
excited.
Thank you. We look forward. Patricia.
Yes, this is the first time that I will be doing this as a vendor.
Oh,
So it's like, all the little jitters and stuff, but I'm hoping and believing that it'll be a success and that, people walk away with something that they can use, something that they like, and something that they can gift.
awesome. Awesome. Listen, you all heard her, right? She said this will be her first event. All of us have done events before. Sometimes we sell one book. I remember, oh my goodness, I sold one book, maybe two, and everybody else around me was selling. That's not the experience I want Patricia to have on Thursday and Friday. That's why I'm saying when you are in a position to help somebody, please take that very seriously. Let's make sure that she does well. Let's make sure we all do well. But I want her first experience to be a very positive one on the Sable Village virtual retail market, and we want to do more. And I'm excited about what comes in the future once the pandemic is over, and I want to share it with them and everyone else. So please come back and support all of us on Thursday. Miss Gretchen is saying that the program was very good. Thank you, Miss Gretchen, for sticking with us, and for all of you sticking with us. Whose contact number would you like, Miss Gretchen? I'm trying to get her question answered before you all go. But Miss Gretchen, I really want them to get the sales on Thursday and Friday. You know, I'm trying to see how I can tease it out some more for you. I can just Leilani, you want to talk about your product again, and Patricia, again, you want to talk about your product before we go out of here?
Yeah. I can show you one of the handcrafted earrings that we
Yes.
do.
Can you
This
put
is
it
one of
closer
the
to your camera?
so this
Oh,
is
those
one of the
are nice.
handcrafted.
Oh, you're doing those yourself.
Yes.
Oh, I like. And what's the
So
price point on those?
those are all $5. Every piece of
Up,
earring is $5.
up. Okay, put those aside from me. See, I'm already broke. My husband says, you're in business to make money, not spend it all. And I do this all the time, but I like those. um, oh, I think Miss Gretchen's question was because Bingus had asked you all earlier to just write in the chat um your contact. You can do that. You can do that. You want to put your you all, can you all see the chat? It should be at
Yeah,
the on the
let's see if I can
side.
do it.
Okay, just type
Yeah.
in where you want them to go. If you want them to go to Instagram, just type in your Instagram handle. Um, okay, so Desiree, Miss Martha has left, and I didn't see your question. Definitely, I will speak to her to see if she can take cash on delivery rather than you doing it. I don't want to get too into that because I want the safety of the vendors, and she's one who says she's going to make deliveries. So you and I can talk if she's not amenable to that, and I'll make sure whatever you want to purchase from her, you'll be able to purchase it from her. Okay. I don't want a whole lot of I don't want to expose the vendors to any potential dangerous situations, if that makes sense. Okay. But you and I can talk, and I'll talk to her as well. So everybody put their IG handle in
Yeah.
before we shut it down. Kenya, you can do the same if you like, your IG or wherever you want people to contact you if you like.
Do I just go in the comments because it doesn't look like I can
Yeah, in
comment.
the comments. You can do it in
Okay.
the comments, either here on StreamYard or on Facebook, because I fixed it so it can go to both.
Okay.
Okay, they're trying to do that now.
I'll do it in the private chat because it's not letting me.
It's not?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
okay. I'll do it
okay,
in the
okay,
private chat.
okay.
Just they can find me Kenya D Brown
Yeah.
Facebook, and then I think I'm Ken Brownie
Ken Brown.
one or something like that.
Yes, on Instagram, right?
Right, I think. God.
You see how laid back we are. Look, we do this, and you all don't even want to know my Instagram. You would never ever find me on Instagram for
I
my
don't
business.
even know.
Let me give it to you all.
I do want to give us a language. I want to give us. I heard something years ago, and they said the lady said that she was broke, and then another lady said to her, and I don't remember who said it. She said, "There's nothing if you can wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. There's nothing broken about you. We're just temporarily out of cash."
I like that.
Right?
Temporarily out of cash. Okay.
Just temporarily out of cash.
So that means we can expect for more cash to
More
come
cash,
back to us.
more cash.
I like that.
And as entrepreneurs, one of us going to hit our first million soon.
So, look, I'm gonna take y'all with me. Y'all, you see, I don't mind sharing the wealth, but we are definitely in it to um um for wealth creation, right?
That's right. And advance ourselves and our families and our people. So
Yes. Awesome. Well, Kenya, I thank you for coming on. Patricia, I'm so glad you reached out to me today, and I'm looking forward to being your first sale, because that way I believe that you'll be blessed by others as well. I would like that shirt, so I'll do what I have to do to purchase the shirt that I
Thank you.
showed you on your site today. Her
And
stuff is
this is
very
another
nice.
one. I don't know if you can see it
Bring it
as
into the
well.
camera. Bring it into the camera. Stretch it out for us. Tell us what that says. Looks
This
like a
one,
pitchfork.
Beautiful.
Wow.
it represents the island of Barbados.
Okay.
So it's like the one that you saw on my Instagram feed.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I did is I put every country in the shape of Africa map. That's what I basically did.
Wow.
Wow, that
So
is
and I
very
have shirts for
nice.
men as well, and
Oh,
mugs and tote bags. It's a variety of different items I have for sale.
Bingus, she has t-shirts for men. You know, there are things on her site. She's gonna show us on Thursday. So please don't
Yes,
fear. We have stuff for men. I don't. I mean, I don't. But they do. They do. So that is very nice. I love that vibrant blue. I love
thank
that.
you.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right. Are we ready to shut it down for the night and get ready for Thursday?
Yes.
Yes, please, please, please watch parties and invite 10 friends and family so that we can have a really, really successful 2 days in the Sable Village virtual retail market. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Kenya. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Leilani. And thank you, Miss Martha, who had to leave. God bless you all. Be
Bless
safe
you. Bye.
and love on your people.
Love you, people. Bye.